Thank you very much. Welcome to Too Late. I'm Adam Carolla. Tonight, our guest from Murder Ball, Mark Zupan, is going to be in here. Murder Ball's basically quadriplegic rugby, where guys in these, sort of battle bot wheelchairs mash into each other and try to do further spinal cord damage, actually. I don't understand it, but it's violent. It's not the most violent game in this country. That would be Grand Theft Auto. And I don't know if you guys heard this story, but this 85-year-old grandmother is suing the makers of Grand Theft Auto because she bought it for her 14-year-old grandson, and she has a problem with content in the game. But let me show you first what she's not suing about. This is fine with 85-year-old grandmother here. Yeah, no problem. Now you hope one day your kid grows up and kills a cop or two. I mean, you keep your fingers crossed, God willing. Takes a chainsaw to a Vietnamese schoolgirl. It's just, these are all things you hope they do one day. Now, let me show you why Granny is suing Grand Theft Auto. This is what she has the problem with. Yeah, well,
She do this for a living.
Yeah. Now,
go on.
All right, I got a few things to say. One is, those black bars aren't there. We had to put them there. You understand? The network that gave you talking feces insisted that we put the black bar over the cartoon boobies. So you got that working for us there. The other part is the guy's wearing his jeans. How much damage? And I've learned the hard way, when you try to have sex with your jeans on, you only hurt yourself. So he's trying to have sex through the jeans. This is Grandma's suing. And here's the thing. I'm an atheist. I now think I'm an atheist from another time. And I've traveled back in time several thousand years to be driven insane. I realize, I'm right thinking, and to me, what I object to is the bizarre grotesqueness on television. Like you're watching Survivor, and they're trying to eat dung beetles, and I'm trying to hold down some Dinty Moore stew, and it's like, I'm gonna yak. That's fine. FCC's got nothing to say about that. Like, look, take a look at this. Show me some fear factor here. All right. Now she's eating earthworms. All right, she's got. That's the guy who replaced me on the Man Show. Wow. The clip started off as bad and then got worse. But here's the thing. No problem with the chunky chick trying to hold down the earthworms. And she brings it up, and the bile comes out of her nose. No problem at all. No problem whatsoever. And here's the thing. Now, if the same chick got in a bikini and jumped into a dunk tank to get a tennis ball out, and a boobie popped out, they'd have to go ahead and fuzz that out, because that's too offensive. Earthworms, fine. Boobies, no good. And all I'm saying is you get like 10 people in the room and one guy yaks, 6 of them will vomit. You get 10 guys in a room, you show them a boobie, 9 of them get wood. Last guy gay. He's always gay, that 10th guy. Keep an eye on that 10th guy. Should we take some phone calls? Yeah, that's my plan. Let's go to the phones and get this show going. Just going to start at the top and speak to Troy from Liberal, Kansas. Troy.
Hey, Adam.
What's up?
Hey, not much, dude. Hey, do you think if you play violent video games, you'll be less likely to be violent yourself?
Well,
in real life?
If you play violent video games, you'd be less likely to be violent?
Yeah, less likely. I found myself to be that matter.
Well, you're just less likely to be violent because you're stoned off your ass. And you're at your mom's house for 22 hours out of the day. You got out and got a job, for instance, you might, got a girlfriend. It gives you stuff to get violent about. You get fired from your job, or your girlfriend cheats on you, you get angry. You're just home just eating cheese doodles, smoking weed, and wearing a hole in your mom's bad rust-color carpet. That doesn't breed any hostility. No, I don't think these games make you less violent or more violent. I think when you're stupid, you're easily influenced, you know? So, thank you. Thank you. I mean, smart people don't see video games and go out and commit murder. Super stupid people see video games and do it. We never make that distinction. We get lumped in, all us smart people, we get lumped in with all the idiots. Because I could watch a million snuff films and never want to kill anybody. Wow. That's going to be the name of my next album. The point is if you're dumb, you watch half of one, you want to go out and kill a hooker. That's what stupid people do. All right, let's get back to the phones and speak to Stella from Los Angeles, California. Stella?
Hey.
Hey.
Why do you think guys are more obsessed with video games than girls?
Why are guys more into video games?
Yeah.
Well, first off, women don't have the hand-eye coordination that guys have. The multiple years of masturbation have made us very nimble around the fingers.
Good observation.
Yeah. Yeah, and also you guys got those long fingernails with the unicorns painted on them and stuff. It's hard to manipulate the joystick. Uh-oh.
Even though with all the hot chicks out there, like, you know, the guys with the hot chicks?
What? You got to take your retainer out, Stella. I can't. It's like Cindy Brady's calling from 1974. Stella, I'll tell you what, you're calling from Los Angeles, right?
Yeah.
Come on down and ask your question in person. We got a bad line. How far away are you from the studio?
Probably a couple, 10 miles or so.
10 miles?
Yeah.
All right. Do you have a moped?
Better a car.
You got a car. Come on down.
Okay.
All right. I'll put you on hold. We'll get you in here. But you got to leave now.
Okay.
Do me a favor and pick me up a sixer Mickey's and a pack of Camel Ultralights, all right? All right, thank you. Yeah.
Okay,
Thanks,
cool.
man. Thanks, Ray. Yeah. Go, you can clap that. He said malt liquor. We're going to take ourselves a little break, and we'll be back with Mark Zupan from Murder Ball after this.
Just to see him out on the court with the tattoos up his arm and the goatee, he's intimidating.
Watch Zupan! Watch Zupan! Attack, 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 attack!
Back to Too Late. That's Mark Zupan from Murder Ball. I saw the documentary. I loved it. I knew about it a few months before I saw the documentary, I think, on Inside Sports or something. How long has the Murder Ball been going on? And what's it technically called?
It actually was started in the late 70s up in Canada, and they decided to call it Murder Ball. I think it was the early 80s when a guy by the name of Brad Mickelson brought the sport to the United States, and we developed it. And then they tried to go market it,
right?
But having something called Murder Ball was real hard with corporate sponsors to say, hey, you know what?
Right.
Why don't you give us some money for this game called Murder Ball? They're like, what are you, crazy?
Yeah.
So now it's called Wheelchair Rugby.
Oh, I see. Summer's Eve presents.
Yeah, exactly, right? It fits so well.
Yeah. Virginia Slim's Murder Ball series coming to yeah. So, well, I have 1,000 questions and not enough time. But yeah, obviously, it's a violent sport, and guys are just bashing the crap out of each other. And everyone's in a wheelchair, and you think, oh, these guys are mean guys. But do you think they got mean because the hand that life dealt them? Do you think there's some pent-up aggression or anger because they're in the chair?
I'm sure there's a little bit of it. But, I mean, it's just the competitive aspect. Just to get thrown back into a sport after you get hurt, you're like, I was playing college soccer, and I thought I wasn't going to have that competitive thing to, exert your energy. And then you're thrown into it, and then it's like, well, wait, I can hit somebody as hard as I want.
Right.
Well, the stuff I remember from about 2 years ago, it's like, yeah, I'm going to hit him even harder.
I got the same story, just replace soccer with football and replace murder ball with masturbation. And I got the same kind of focus, you know what I mean?
That's not a bad thing.
It's not quite suiting up on a Friday night, but I believe me, I burned some calories. Oh, yeah.
Hey, you and I both, my friend.
Oh.
You and I both, my friend.
Yeah, now how does all that work for you there?
Everything's lovely.
Really?
Oh, yeah, it's great.
Yeah, I hear that. What happened? Like, are there drugs or prostheses? I mean, because we used to think that guys...
Prostheses?
Well, let me tell you something. Larry Flint told me that he had a little air... sack inside his scrotum, and he would give it a couple of pumps, and it would pump it up. Mm-hmm. He said 3 got him pumped up. Yeah, 2 if he didn't like the chick that much. But you don't need any drugs or Viagra or anything.
Well, Viagra makes it even more fun. You got to go be a carpenter after, because it's like, oh, I got to go find nails to just.
Yeah.
It's like, oh yeah, done. Oh no. Oh, again? Okay. She's like, no, I've had enough. All right. I'm going to go to work now.
Wow.
I'm building houses. Everything's good.
So using Viagra recreationally, I like that, but in a wheelchair. I like that. I like the cut of your jib, son.
Well, thank you. It's, it's a good time.
And we're going to try to take some phone calls before the night is up, and I think we have some for you. Let's talk to Jack from Hartford County, Maryland. Yeah, Jack. What's up?
How you doing, Adam? First of all, congratulations on your new show there, man. I'm happy for you.
Thank you, Jack.
And this is directed to Mark. Hey, how you doing, Mark?
Good, yourself?
Okay, I wanted to ask you if you and the Murder Ball teammates have ever thought about other types of sports to get involved. What I think would be cool would be like disabled motocross or disabled NASCAR. I mean, all you would do is take the gears from the pedals up to the hands, and the technology they got now, that's going to be no problem at all. I mean, have you looked farther than just Murder Ball?
Yeah, wheelchair kickboxing.
Seriously? All right. It's a lot of heart there.
Yeah, you know what? Why even modify the cars, though? Why not just put a small block Chevy engine right on the wheelchair?
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it'd be awesome. A little roll cage.
Awesome. Now, listen, if it didn't take off, though, I'm just saying a lot of race car fans, I mean, everybody would just love to see something like that. I mean, it might be a good place to get some sponsorship. I mean, it might take off or it might not. But
all right.
I just thought that would be all right.
Let me tell you something. It would be, the thing that would be crazy is if we're driving NASCAR and you got in a horrible accident and you could walk again.
No, it's like, I'm cured. Thank you. This has been fun.
Yes, he's been in a horrible accident. He's cartwheeled when he came out of the car.
Just walks away and they're like, what the
you
hell?
could, well, you got a van or something, right?
I drive a Dodge Durango.
Oh, yeah, and you do the hand?
Hand control. It's pretty simple. Hand control's on the left side. You push down for gas, away for brake, and done deal.
Like, overall, big picture of your life, the accident, I know it happened when you were 18.
Right.
And if you were never injured, you would have played college soccer and gone on to become probably not a movie star.
There's no telling what would have happened. I mean, getting in this accident was the best thing that's ever happened to me.
Really?
Hands down. I mean, this is kind of funny because my best friend was driving the truck, as you know.
Right.
And there was one point that I said, hey, Chris, you're the quad father. He goes, what is wrong with you?
Yeah, he feels horrible.
I go, you made me. You are the quad father. And then he's like, wait a minute. That's a good idea. So we started this thing called quadfather.net, which was kind of funny, but he had trouble dealing with it.
Right.
But it's been the best thing, hands down, the best thing that has ever happened to me.
All right. That is a good note to go out on. Mark Zupan, everybody, from Murder Ball. We'll be right back with more Too Late after this. Welcome back to Too Late. When Comedy Central gave me my own show, the network asked me to clean up 2 things. One was my mouth. The other was my eyebrows. I can't really do anything about the yapper. That just moves itself. But I figured I could do something about the chia brow that resides just over my eyeballs here. So I took a little trip to the spa. Take a look.
Okay, so we're gonna do your facial first, and then we're gonna do your eyebrows.
How did I ever get by without the hair growing out of the end of my nose when I was in high school?
You're lucky you're not a girl. Some girls get hair all the way down their legs or their bikini lines.
You say I'm lucky I'm not a girl, but I don't know about that.
Yeah, you are. You don't think so?
Well, you guys live longer. You get a break on your auto insurance. You don't have to pay for dinner. What's the steamer do?
This opens up your pores. So
Bacteria can get in?
do you do your own extractions at home? Ever?
No, I hire a Vietnamese midget to do it. Yeah, of course I do my own extractions. But I don't call them extractions. I call them popping zits or pushing snakes. But you don't do the serious Playboy waxing, do you?
Yeah, I have.
You have? Oh.
They're starting to do that stuff on men now. I guess it's a new trend. No, seriously, I was at a convention for estheticians in Vegas, and there was a nude model in front of all of us. And he got a Playboy wax.
You went to Vegas, and there's a nude dude. That's called a bachelorette party.
It was a seminar, and the teacher's like, we have to come to appropriate terms when we wax. So if we have to tell someone move their scrotum, you have to say
move your scrotum. All right. And what are you getting at, though? Would you like to know?
No, it was just she's funny. She's this lady.
My scrotum's good where it is?
Your scrotum's good.
You ever fall in love with a patient?
Didn't work out.
What's the deal? What'd the guy do?
He just talked about himself too much.
I don't like that guy who talks about himself. Especially these guys are like, they're substitute school teacher, and they build ships and bottles, you know? Unlike myself, who has, a couple of TV shows I'm working on, and a national radio show, and I love pets. I like to cook. I got my own show. It's coming on after The Daily Show on Comedy Central, Jon Stewart's a pretty good friend of mine, by the way. And the last time I saw John, I didn't talk to him, but he gave me one of these, we would have talked, but he was... So what happened with that guy? You get a second date?
No. He just talked too much.
Yeah. Yeah, that can be a real turn off. My wife does a lot of talking, like, oh, today you should have seen what happened. And I'm like, oh, okay. And I'm not listening, but if you shape my eyebrows like I was saying, oh, tell me more, I could relax my face, watch my TiVo, and she would think I was listening.
Okay. Look, you're done.
Oh my God. Now I'm beautiful. I'm beautiful. I'm so in love with myself. You did a decent job, but not a great job. So I want to give you an appropriate tip.
Okay, appropriate would be 20.
20?
Yeah.
All right. So you're going to get 20.
Okay.
You're also getting a little hug.
Aw.
She clearly did not want to hug me. Whenever you get that, and it just feels like an ironing board tipped over against you. Same posture you have with your grandma when you were 9, like just that. I'm just gonna throw a shoulder into grandma's sternum, see if I can't get this stink on me. Yeah, awesome. You know what I like about those people too? You go, what if a big, fat, hairy guy who was covered with boils came in here? That makes no difference to me. That's how you know women lie. Guy would immediately tell you he'd rather work on the model than the big load. All right, let's take a quick break. We'll be right back after this. Hey, buddy, it's me, Adam Carolla. If you have a question and you want to get on air with it, call 1-866-HEY-ADAM and go to the Comedy Central website to find out what the topic is for that day at www.comedycentral.com.
If you're going to be in the LA area and want tickets to see the late night with Adam Carolla, call 1-866-546-6984.
Yeah, that was good. That was awesome. Usually I see the belly button piercing and I assume you can't read, but that was perfect. Nice job. Give her a hand, everyone. All right. I want want to thank Mark Zupan for coming in here from Murder Ball, out in theaters as we speak. And it's time for a little segment we call, So, What Have We Learned? Well, we've learned that I'm a time-traveling atheist. We've learned that earthworms are good and boobies are bad. And we've learned you need to take your pants off before having sex. Thank you. Good night.